What's up, folks, and welcome back to the Global Speedrun Association. We've got another 70-star Div 1 match between Heisenburger and Dwhatever. I'm Electric, and I'm joined in the booth today not just by Padronis, but also by Psionic. How are y'all doing, starting with Padronis, of course?
I'm buckled there. As soon as you said that, I was just, doing a sharp inhale, and then my lungs almost burst, but I think I'm back to normal.
Same.
And now we got some standings coming up for y'all. Dwhatever, very dominant in these standings. 4th place with 278 points. This match could potentially rocket him all the way into 2nd place. Now, granted, Cheese versus Ouija did not happen just yet. Cheese opted to reschedule due to Ouija's no-show status. Yeah. But Dwhatever could get some sizable points. However, Heisenburger, pretty low in the standings. He stands to gain a lot from a potential win against Dwhatever.
He's had
what do you
couple...
guys think about this?
Yeah, he's had some rough races, but he's also had like at least one race that I know of that was like on big PB pace and tippy, and he like barely missed it in throws. He got like a really low 50. Yeah. His PB's, I think it's the lowest currently in the league. It was a 49.50 or something like that. So the first season he was pretty busy with school or work or something like that, so he didn't really do a whole lot of streaming and gameplay, but I've seen him live and like in people's chats, like, a lot of 120 star runners, like, like Wilco, I think. So he's definitely playing. I think he's more active. Thing is, Dwhatever is just a really good player, and it's gonna be hard for Heisen to win. But on the other hand, if Dwhatever gets like, not this would likely happen, but with a 90-point sweep, he would go up to 1st, which would be kind of hilarious, but it is possible. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for Heisenburger is, getting off to a solid start, nothing crazy, and then just trying to keep the ball rolling. Because, I think it's possible for him to win. Probably not very likely against Dwhatever, but you should try to get every point you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in this point league, it's super important to get every point you can to get that best chance possible to get into those top 8 standings for the playoffs. And this matchup will determine whether Heisenburger will be able to get a very significant number of points, or if Dwhatever might walk away with an even more secure spot in that top 8.
Yeah.
So we've got both of them on the optimal English version. Lakitu skip coming up. Heisenburger opting for the more safe right side setup, but it does not work out for him. Gets the ledge grab fail. The worst possible fail besides getting moted.
Yeah, no one likes a burger that's been dropped in a moat. I would say that much. Because that's like soggy times 10.
I mean, to be honest, I don't like most burgers. It has to be a well-prepared burger. Like, it has to be pretty saucy, which some people might interpret as soggy, but I think those people may not understand the art of the burger like Heisenburger does.
I want to see a backflip, maybe. Oh,
nope.
Dwhatever
no
usually does
backflip
and runs.
He put it pretty high up in his tier list, but I guess that's all it's good for.
Yeah, I think that backflip might be falling a little bit further down Dwhatever's tier list. Heisenburger, however, it looks like going for a backflip or just a very, very nice ending to his bomb clip.
Yeah, I remember this was a while ago, but he like died during bomb clip because his hands were like kind of shaky, or maybe very shaky. But yeah, I think he's been alright with bomb clip this season.
All right, now Dwhatever and Heisenburger soon to join him on the slide. What are your guesses? I'm going to go ahead and say 12-9 from Heisen, 12-7 from Dwhatever.
12-7, 12-8.
Okay. I'm going to say 12-8 Heisen.
Let's see what he's able to pull off. Looks like a very, very
nice
good
bounce.
redirect. And a 12-7, nice.
So just subtract 0.1 from each of my guesses.
Yeah, I mean, the crystal balls you get for these guesses at flea markets, they don't tend to be the most accurate. It's a very hard to develop skill to read these crystal balls.
And they're so like foggy. Like I'm looking at this one, like I thought it was a 9, but it was actually an 8. But then like the 6 also looks like an 8. And then like 7 looks like a 1, but at least it can't be a 1, but they're just really hard to read.
Yep, now we got Dwhatever with cannonless, and it's good. Heisenburger,
Nice.
quick to follow.
Okay.
to the sock folder.
Oh, but misses, unfortunately. That full setup, for whatever reason, occasionally it can just not work for you. I'm not sure what exactly causes that, whether it's the ledge grab position or maybe some minor error in stick movement. But Dwhatever, speaking of minor errors, not quite getting the movement he wanted for Owlus, but still getting Owlus first try.
Yeah. And Racanis, like you mentioned, it's definitely either he ledge grabbed really close, like right underneath the plank, or a bit far out. I think that one was a bit too close. We'll see where he grabs this time. That one should be good.
That looks almost too close, actually.
Nah, it's good.
Maybe it's a little small on my screen.
Now we got Dwhatever heading in for Pro Cycle on 100 coin here. Very, very nice slope jump dive. Should be able to make the cycle pretty handily.
Yeah, Dwhatever's probably done this star more times than anyone. He's like one of the few runners who like not only tolerates swarms, but like really likes it. Ooh, Heisenburger ground pounding before landing in the cage. That was kind of interesting. Alright, good islands for Dwhatever. That's usually where like most newer players will lose a lot of time, is just kind of doing those off angles and not jumping unnecessarily high. Clean ending too.
Yeah, now we got Heisen going for the standard full cycle movement on 100 coin. A little bit slower than the movement Dwhatever went for, but gives you a lot more time to end up making that cycle on the moving plank.
Yeah, and he actually did a counterclockwise coin ring movement there.
You can actually see his movement a little bit slower than Dwhatever, since he actually got to the moving platform a bit later, despite Dwhatever getting a whole line of coins beforehand. But Dwhatever going for that wild blue that Heisen already got due to his cannonless fail.
Also,
But
the
Heisen
wall
pulling
kick.
off-
The wall kick for wild blue is like, it's barely a wall kick angle. It's like 1 degree more or less or something like that. I don't want to think. I feel like it wouldn't work at all.
Oh, Dwhatever though, missing the jump to get up to the Womp fight.
Yep, minor mistakes as well. The only thing that is really keeping him ahead right now is that Heisen missed Cannonless and then maybe a faster Womps 100 coin. So overall, like, this isn't too bad for either of them. Obviously, Dwhatever is someone with higher expectations than Womps, but for a race, it's really not that big of a deal at all. This is still going to be like a 640 something. So, yeah, pretty clean. Oh yeah, Sonic's name isn't on here.
Yeah, Psionic's still a very valuable member of the commentary team.
Thanks, guys.
Taking out that Womp. Shoutouts to Liam Kings. Dwhatever, Fantac strat. Swag.
Nice.
That's very difficult.
That top of the tower strat he always pulls off is just... I envy it so much. Very, very nice Womps 9 time.
It's such like a stylish time save, but it doesn't. It's like maybe like 0.4 faster, so it's sadly not very much. Heisenburger gonna go stick with the tried and true here, triple jump dive, and swinging around here to finish up Womps. Got about 20 seconds behind Dwhatever here, but this is gonna be something he can try to fight back or wait for Dwhatever to make a bigger mistake. Dwhatever, nice 12-6, doubles up his previous.
Beautiful stuff. Now,
I'm gonna
what
give
are y'all's
Heisenburger
guesses for
the-
Heisen? I'm going to go ahead and say 12-8.
I'm gonna give him another 12-7.
I don't know. I like to
It's a
cheat
bit
and wait.
spicy.
I like to cheat and wait until the end of the slide.
Okay. How
Cheater,
long do you
cheater,
wait?
pumpkin eater in the commentator's booth.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like a 12-6.
Oh.
And
Actually-
still wrong, despite guessing so late.
I actually didn't. Okay, this is my excuse. I wasn't paying full attention at the beginning of the slide, so I only saw the.
That's your own fault.
He had a good angle though.
Dwhatever
Props
rolling
to-
off the switch.
What a tech skip there. Oh, man.
Dude.
I didn't think that was going to work.
Yeah.
I feel like he almost overshot it, but he just like held all the way down at the end.
I know Tago liked to do that when he was grinding 70 star, and I think Ouija puts it best. He explained to me once that like it isn't like a muscle memory thing. You have to like change your flying technique every time, so it's like a observation thing. You have to see where you are in comparison to the Switch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get that flying 100% consistently at the same angle every time. Dwhatever goes for the Shia cycle elevator movement though.
Yeah, but I
And-
think this could be on pace for Shigeru because he missed the Switch once.
Correct, yeah. He
Still be
seemed to go for that like Tsukishima entry where you actually do like a not quite standard turnaround on the Switch, but you do like a
Actually.
half circle turn.
Was that a
Yeah,
Zaya or was that a normal cycle?
that was still a Zaya or Shio
wow.
if we're being technical about it. He missed the switch, like you said, by going for like the Tsukishima runaround, but he still did the box rollout, which meant that he was fast enough to
Yeah,
skip the Shig elevator.
I can't do Shia without the fast switch movement. I'm sorry guys, I'm a
I mean, I
fraud.
can't even do Shig. I don't know what you're sorry about. I don't think I've ever once gotten Shig. Dark World is much harder than these guys make it look like. I mean, it is a very, very complex stage in movement. There's a lot that can go wrong, and it requires a ton of practice to get perfect at.
Yeah, and some of these guys have way more practice than they like to admit. Like if you've done like thousands of 16-star attempts like Ouija or draws, you're probably pretty familiar with the stage.
I mean,
So-
that'll basically be half of your runs is going through Dark World in those categories.
I bet if someone actually did like kind of a pie chart, it would probably be like watching the intro like a third of the time. You have some LBLJs, some Dark World, and then like 1% in WOMs. Whatever.
And then finally, the fraction of
It's a
1%
hard
that
enough
gets in the
life.
basement.
Yeah.
Dwhatever with a very clean sky jump. Not seeing those island hop shenanigans that we saw in that race about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, I think he knows that he doesn't need to do anything special here today. Dwhatever has said that he really wants to try to like step up his game after he lost to Punkei earlier. That was like a really crushing defeat for him. He knew that Punkei was like the biggest scalp to take, and he was really confident in himself, and I think he still is. But that he wasn't able to play well in that race was like something that kind of rattled his cage quite a bit.
Both getting
Very clean wall kicks will work though.
Both
not
getting
even-
clean sky jumps as well.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
I mean, I gotta say, Dwhatever not just getting the movement there, but getting it very, very optimally, getting probably like a 9-second star XCAM time, which is very, very impressive for that star. That requires a ton of skill to get consistently.
Yeah, it's one of the stars I have the
Perhaps.
most trouble with.
Perhaps. But yeah, it is a bit tricky. Ludwig actually pulled out backflip wall kicks in the last race he did with the Don B. That was
really?
pretty sick. So yeah, I don't know. Some people are just crazy. All right,
Yeah,
Heisenburger going for CCM 18. Dwhatever during CCM 17. Got to note the big route difference. Heisen gonna be racing the Penguin. Dwhatever got no time for that. He'll also just drop the baby penguin off the side. If you saw his recent Twitter video, he like activated the penguin text, but then also
Yeah.
stopped at the edge of the cliff and ground pounded and lost the penguin.
I
But
think I
still got
saw
the
that.
star.
That was insane. There's so much stuff that you can do in this game that you wouldn't expect.
Also, I don't think I've ever thought to ask, but I'm not exactly sure how much CCM 17 saves.
Well, it depends if you do Tama Plus or not. If you don't, well, let's say if you do Tama Plus and you do it twice compared to CCM 18, I think it saves like 8 seconds, maybe 6 or 7, but somewhere in that ballpark. Not a crazy amount.
You would
Yeah,
ever
It,
with
it's really more so like if you
you.
fail 1+, that's like at the most 20 seconds of time loss, but you fail CCM 18, that's at least 20 seconds, if not close to a minute if you don't know the backup.
Yeah, it's definitely like getting around that minute mark. You miss the penguin.
Also, thank you Skyhoppers for the sub. 10-month streak. That's a lot. That's a lot of subs, dude.
That's 1 month longer than it takes to make a baby. That's insane right there.
Okay. That's a nice analogy. I like that.
Classic.
Classic analogy.
Meanwhile,
I don't have my
Heisenburger has no
literary
need
notes.
for analogies with this nice coin count that he's got on the penguin race here. Gets to skip that one kind of strange coin right there on the edge.
I feel like the penguin race, to give it a real analogy, it's like probably working in an air traffic control tower where everything's business as usual, but if you mess it up once, your life is going downhill real fast.
Yeah, I think the best analogy is the penguin race in this game is like the Goron race from Majora's Mask. It's very unforgiving. You don't quite understand how it got past Q&A testing with the horrible rubber banding it has. It's not fair, and for casual players, it's not fun.
Penguin really likes to push you off sometimes.
Oh yeah, sometimes the penguin itself likes to push itself off. There's a Pan and Coic video out there. It is possible to have the penguin just fall off the edge of the course, and at that point you can't actually finish the race. It's a very weird phenomenon.
Yeah. Heisenberg actually did walking to work last in CCM, so come out to BBH here, a full like stage behind. But Dwhatever does have 19 stars, where Heisenberg's an exit with 20. But I think I'd still say it's like somewhere around 30 seconds for Dwhatever.
Punch grab.
Beautiful stuff.
Also, I think Heisenberger has done wall kicks will work last in all of his runs and races, and you know, it gets me every time. It's pretty weird every time I see it.
It is nice to do that star at least not first, because if you do unfortunately take a death, you don't have to deal with the text box again. But it's still weird to do it like completely last. Nice plus from Dwhatever. Has one more to do though. So let's see if he can imitate that success. Goes ahead and goes for the inside the ancient pyramid star first, just in case he's not able to get the second plus. Doesn't waste time with secrets.
Yeah, that's definitely the smart decision to do in a race. A lot of times the typical star order is to go like maybe top down or to do like the most difficult first, but in this case it's way better to get the short one. On the other side of the pyramid here, he's got to change that angle.
Does get it second try though, nice.
Heisenberger had some trouble with the book star, one of the easier ones, but there's always a way to mess up in this game.
Oh yeah, like even something like shining atop the pyramid, on the surface it's a simple star. You should never miss it ever. But very occasionally we'll see some very top level runners end up having issues with that for whatever reason.
And also the secrets in the pyramid, like you could like fall off like after like the star, so like
Yeah.
and you're just like, why have I done this to myself? I could have just done a safer strat.
Oh, nice regrab. That's a very slippery slope there. You kind of look like Elmer Fudd and just unable to catch the bunny. Dwhatever, on the other hand, though, like you said, he actually did some fancy movement on the sand shoot, I suppose. Like he did some long jumps. Yeah, so very easy to go under the star when you do it that way.
And also, I got some deja vu from Heisenberger there with the Twitter clip.
Yeah, not quite liking that bomb. At least it was early enough. He could use this Klepto as a backup. Barely kicking Klepto.
I think he kicked. Yeah. He kicked him.
I thought he grabbed the star there too.
The fly guy.
He's taken a world tour. Yeah, that's a double meaning because I'm smart.
Nice. I think that loses about 4 seconds if you miss the bomb regrab and then you go to get up Klepto.
Yeah, and then you don't mess up and hit the fly guy.
Ooh.
Heisenburger again, not liking the bomb, not even giving him a chance with the jump.
All right.
So he's got his 2 backups spent.
Okay.
Triple jump dive for Dwhatever, always fancy. You get a lot of speed with that speed kick. You go really far.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's like it's almost like it looks like you gain speed with the speed kick.
Yeah. All right, Big Bomb. That's what he needed. Got the regrab finally. So this is
Okay. Ooh,
a
that
good
angle.
sign. He's got to close it out.
The double jump good.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And he's
The
in there.
fence clip.
Nice.
That angle scared me.
Yeah, you can I would use the phrase like pop your balloon. You know, you can actually get your bomb to blow up on the side of those fence posts.
I mean, the whole trick is just deadly. You can get the bomb to explode on the box where it has a 1-up inside of it. You can get it to explode on the fence. You're never safe until you're finally in the pyramid.
Yep.
We've even seen people go
Yeah.
through that pyramid top before.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Ouija did that once in a run, and he saved it, and like the run was still alive. It was pretty crazy.
Well, Dwhatever missed the long jump input, so he's gonna go for bullies. This is
Now
a
these
good backup.
cycles are gonna be messed up, maybe. Oh,
Not
they're
really.
pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, I think since he was able to make it up there with a burn and like didn't ledge grab or anything, it was all right. But
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
also
think
very
about that.
dangerous because if you don't make it to the
Yeah.
that area, to the like bully area, then you die. So a bit sketch.
You can like bonk on the wall.
Yeah.
Right now, Dwhatever heading over for another bully star.
Yeah, ledge grab skip is a fairly difficult strat, just for positioning of the long jump. Guys, we're gonna see if he gets it.
Oh,
No,
barely
ledge
missing
grabbing.
it. Nice backup though. That was really, really responsive.
Yeah, I had to turn quickly so that the bully didn't hit him.
I wonder what Dwhatever's CCM exit was. I didn't exactly catch that.
I didn't either. If he's
We
like
are about to
29
see his
stars
LOL
right
exit
now,
though,
then
and this is a blazing fast run.
yeah, if you've got a 20, like that's a really good run, I would say.
Yeah.
Like even for someone like Dwhatever, this is still a pretty good start. 20, like 52, 53, 52.
Yeah, that's really good.
Heisenburger with the
Really, really
triple
good.
bully dispatch. Not to take away from Dwhatever's awesome performance, but geez, Heisenburger's also pulling out some strats right now.
I remember Dwhatever has had a couple like really insane starts that, you know, usually have a bit of rocky stages in the mid game, or maybe just not a super clean tippy, but he's definitely been up here, like, you know, out in front leading the pack early on. I would say like him and Ouija have some of the best like
Yeah.
early game speed.
Yeah, I feel like Dwhatever and Ouija have a lot in common.
Oh,
Speedrun.
Heisenburger missing a Kira boost, and that's a death.
He got his head stuck on the ceiling there.
The boost itself isn't pretty forgiving.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dwhatever
Dwhatever missed
missing
the
a chest here, having to take a long time to turn around and grab it.
I wonder, I feel like the last time I commentated Dwhatever, he had a really insane lethal lava lane, and then he missed the chest, and I was like, that's the biggest mistake he's made all run, and I feel like saying that again.
Deja vu.
Deja vu, it's a glitch in the matrix. There's got to be agents around.
Yeah.
That was a good backup though.
Yeah, it was pretty
Didn't
decent.
lose more than a couple of seconds, really.
It just sucks because when you lose all your speed, you have to do a few more swims to get back up, so probably lost like 5.
Yeah. Let's see what sub he ends up going for. It looks like with his tunnel alignment, he'll be going for rear, but he's close enough to the center that he could go for front. It'll depend on this camera angle here.
I think he goes for front.
And here we go. It is a front.
If it's Dwhatever, he's probably going for front sub.
D1 is so much more common, and it's not surprising. I mean, despite how hard this strat is, the amount of time that these guys have practiced it for PB attempts, it's no surprise that they'd be willing to pull it out for races. And a very nice first try from Dwhatever on that front sub.
Yeah. I would say this is like a mediocre, but not even terrible run for Heisenburger. It's just that sometimes your opponent just makes it look too easy when it's Dwhatever or Punctation.
Very nice
ring.
mana from Dwhatever, not having to take
Missing
the
that
death.
chest.
Heisenburger wants to give that credit where credit is due to Dwhatever.
So this is still potential for a 25 1x, which is
That's
gonna
really
be
good.
pretty hot. That's like, I would say, still barely like world record capable.
Yeah,
It's like if you had a really good upstairs, I think you could world record with that with like a 25-18 or something like that.
be
We
pretty
just
hard
gotten,
though.
I think Luigi and Tago have gotten like really high 24s on insane runs, but like that's almost unheard of. Like low 25 is where the world record pace runs kind of come around at.
Yeah, I think Ouija
This
got
is so early. How is he done?
Oh!
Look at that! That was so deep on the platform.
Yeah, we'll see if we can. Okay, that's a danger. Oh no, a lava burn. So this is
Missing the
fine
rollout.
as long as he didn't get amped. Okay.
You know, still be fine for.
Oh, he almost
barely
that would've been a
missing
nice
the ledge
backup.
there.
So
It's not good. Oh, bonking.
Missing the wall kick.
I was gonna say you're
No.
in danger of missing the. Oh, you actually got the coin. That's
Wow,
at least a bit of a
okay.
consolation. I was about to say you're actually in danger of missing the wall kick there when you're so early because you side flip and you're just the platform is too low still. But he looked poised for a good ending. He just missed the rollout. It's just a couple of times I think have just been a missed A press or something like that. Just one frame early. And that's kind of
also-
what's caused mistakes. Like that whole sequence of like 10 seconds or maybe even more time loss was just like missing a rollout by a frame.
And also an interesting time save there by Dwhatever. He did like the 2 long jumps instead of like the kick into double jump dive rollout after grabbing the red coin star, and it saves like a frame or 2 if you do the long jumps. And it looks like you like should be taking damage, but you're actually it's like barely not. Like you barely don't take damage there.
I didn't know that was faster. You said kick and long jump, and then what?
It's if you do the 2 long jumps after the red coin star, it's like a few frames faster.
Dang. And Heisenberg has a chance to make a big time of this. Is his first big opportunity when Dwhatever made a little bit of a fumble. All right, he's got good pace here for Loud Boost. That's a nice side flip to the pull as well, getting a high grab and some good wall kicks. Oh no, he's not able
barely
to
missing
turn.
the ramp here.
Not
He's
a
able
straight
to
angle.
get that back up though.
That is
Okay.
also trying to jump dive 1 frame early. Because when you're on
Yeah.
that little top of the slope, you just have to wait for Mario to turn to the right angle.
Oh,
that
he got
was-
the ground pound red coin, but he's not able to get up this ramp. Having to take
Yeah.
a late cycle, losing a lot of time here. We see Dwhatever playing this cage a little bit safe. If you enter the cage hole through the left side, the camera will kind of recenter itself before you actually have to do the jumps for the elevator star. So it loses a couple of frames, but it makes the camera angle and a resulting stick angle a lot easier.
Yeah, makes sense. You know, I think he's also been messing around with like the early box break to that star. Did not have to pull it out here today. I think that's something he's tried.
Speed kick into the box.
Yeah. And okay,
Spider in kind of a weird spot, but able to account for it really nicely.
I'd say that's like maybe average or slightly above average RNG for that. He's kind of along the way.
And he doesn't feel like going back for that 1 extra coin. No safety now. No ledge grab. Nice. No amp. This box is good. He just has to contend with this box's RNG and the Chucky RNG.
Also, lag reducing here can be a bit risky. All right, getting them all though. All right, Mr. Chuckya. Huh, man, another Mario Cam to reduce lag. What is that? A cam from Dwhatever. He's just doing a Mario Cam RT. He doesn't care. The coins will fall in his pocket no matter what he does, apparently. He's exuding sheer confidence right now. This
Legend.
a man with like a fire under his overalls.
Honestly, I mean that was pretty wild. I don't think I've seen anyone go for that camera angle.
There's a reason why. It makes no sense to assume that when you don't have a coin to miss, all 5 Chucky coins just gonna be right in your way, and also getting a good angle on the jump dive was kind of nuts. I don't know what to say about that. Heisenburger probably can't match that Wedge Art World 100, but that's good Skeeter RNG at the very least. Actually, just the way he had to go roundabout to get the blue coins, maybe not the best.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was a way for him to handle that faster, but I almost feel like there was. Although I mean, with a 113, I don't really have the room to talk.
Hold up here.
Oh, Heisenburger missing the side flip. Tons of missed side flips recently from a lot of runners. Not sure what sort of bug is in the air recently, but side flips are hard, yo.
Yeah, side flips are the hardest thing in any 3D Mario game.
Also kind of underrated in terms of like doing them well. So I guess when you try to do them well, that's when they become hard, isn't it?
Especially front flips. Oh man, front flips are hard to do really fast.
Ooh.
Now, Heisen, I was going to say something earlier about him kind of going out of his way to get an extra box coin, but it turns out it's a good thing he did so. Got really bad RNG on that chuck, yo.
I think Dwhatever got a 326 Wedge Dry World, which is like probably a gold split and less than a second off of the community best gold split in Wedge Dry World. I just went back and peeped it out.
That and was, doing something like that in a race where the spreadsheet
Wedge Dry World is also impossible to get a good gold on.
Oh yeah, with the RNG involved, like man. You don't get very many attempts that have the possibility of getting spreadsheet gold, and when you do, like it's very hard to execute. Yeah, so that was a pretty insane Wedge Dry World. Let's see if you can carry that momentum into THI.
Fake sync.
Oh yeah, fake sync. There you go. So
nice
the
start grabs.
Best. This is a bit of nerd numbers for me, but the best Wedge Dry World segment ever done in 70 is a 325.6 by Cheese, and he said himself like the other day he got like a decent Wedge Dry World that was like a 330, and he was like, how is my gold so good? That felt like really solid.
You know, I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna bring up the same exact thing.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's fine. You have to apologize.
Heisenburger also messed up the choke jump for the Kirby ramp at the beginning of the stage. Lost a couple seconds.
And at this point in the run, it might be easy to say, like, oh, Heisenburger's messing up a ton of stuff. This has been a really solid run from him. It's just Dwhatever is blazing through this game right now.
Fast boy.
So now we got some Strock and errorless on Heisenburger's side as Dwhatever about to enter TTM. Now, Dwhatever's reds are pretty famous for being super slick, but he's first going to go for breezeless. And it's good. It's
nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Did he mess up at all in THI?
I don't think so, no. He got the mountain clip. His secrets were good. I think his piranha plants were good. I mean, whose isn't?
Yeah. I think this could be PB pace.
And now we're going in on those reds. The speed kick. Let's see the nice dive rollouts. The second rollout there. Not many people go for that. Clean side flip in the maze. Oh my god.
What a champ.
This is so clean.
I feel like he always gets like a firstie on the wall kick too. It's like he gets like such a good rollout at the top. Like usually people like kind of dangle in the air or like get some kind of like scuffed ledge grind. He always just like finds his spot and then with like one swift like, you know, Olympic diving maneuver, you know, just tumbles off the last coin into the star.
Or you could even
he does it.
You could even end up dying there. Like you could just like bonk on the ceiling and then just take a fall of shame.
Dwhatever with a kind of interesting camera movement and grabbing right on the ledge of that platform, but managing to prevent the second ledge grab that sometimes happens there. And getting the waterfall star very clean. This has been a very good TTM for him so far.
Let's
see how he does with the second mountain clip and log wall kick. Heisenburger's just doing what Mario does best. Gets to the top of mountains.
Pretty much.
Dwhatever, though, not managing to get the triple there. Does get it second try around, though, not losing too much time.
Heisenburger trying to roll up the slope here.
Apparently Mario can't climb mountains.
The slopes are hard, yo.
I mean, I don't know what we're complaining about. Like, we can't do it in real life. Mario can do it in the video game.
I guess so.
Unless you're a mountain climber.
You're speaking of that, I kind of thought about earlier today, like, how does Mario do his backflip? Like, he doesn't, like, crouch down to get extra power in his thighs or anything like that. Like, he just, from a complete standstill position, just flies up twice his height in the air. Like, this man is a gold medal Olympic gymnast any year you throw him into.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes
Also-
from, like, his idle position to, like, frame one, like, haha!
Snowman said here, oh, not getting a top but he's gonna kick out the slope anyway, try to punch it out with the
Beautiful
red
back
grab.
up there. Oh, man.
Wow, that was insane.
Also, I just want to mention for context, after TTM he was 15 seconds behind the world record. So this is still PB pace.
Wow,
This is ridiculous.
that's insane.
Okay, the double speed kick movement for whirl from the freezing pond, or as I like to say, over the hill and slide away. Missing the ground pound, though. I thought that hit. That should have hit. How did that not hit?
You just needed to jitter click a little bit.
Oh,
Anyway.
I don't know how to respond to that shade right there. That's... Oh, man.
I love that clip though. I
I-
genuinely.
I didn't quite know how to feel about that clip. I didn't know if he was throwing shade on me or BLJs themselves.
He did the double jump kick into the in the deep freeze star.
That's like even a more swaggy tiny time save than the Fantax top of the fortress and Womps. It saves like 0.2, but it's so hard.
I mean, 0.2 is quite a bit.
Yeah, 6 frames.
That's a lot of frames.
6 frames, that's like 5 million milliseconds.
That's like as many frames as you'd lose if you really suck at rollouts.
That's sadly the harsh truth.
Let's see if Heisenberger can nail these reds though. He had a decent start on the mushrooms. And he's still progressing in the maze, not going for the side flip wall kick, but still getting it pretty smoothly. Definitely, I would say, satisfactory for his, intentions of doing it in a run. Not actually trying to go so ham as to die and lose a million minutes.
Yeah, as far as safe setups go, I mean, that was clean AF, ultimately.
Clean.
Like, Mr. Clean. Pretty boy. Flow so
Dr.
mean.
Clean. All right.
Heisenberger missing the ground pound. That's fine. Everything's fine.
And now, red alert, folks. We got Puncation in the chat coming out saying Dwhatever can PB with a good tippy. In a race setting, that's insane. He didn't do Island Hop. Still went for this ECM17 route, but
Yeah.
I mean, this is that should just go to show how insane his gameplay has been so far.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point that he didn't do Island Hop, because most people in PB attempt at this level, like I'm sure you're aware, they do Island Hop to save 5 seconds. So the actual execution has been really, 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 really insane.
And I mean, even if he doesn't get a PB, he's still well on pace for a race world record. The race world record right now is Punkation's 47:59 at pace.
Yeah, throw some shade, make Punkay sweat, dude.
Punkay.
You can't
Sweating.
click off the stream now. You can't just, drop some knowledge bombs and then dip out. You gotta watch till the end.
I mean, like I said earlier, like if you just tune into this race, didn't know anything about the runners, you might think Heisenburger made some super major mistakes. It's really just Dwhatever's dominance that's forging this massive lead in this race.
Just all
You know,
those
I
little,
think this man
little
snapped. He pulled out those red sunglasses, and the rest is history.
He is definitely not staying hydrated if that Twitter video is any indication.
What if he's playing standing up and that's just giving him like better balance and blood flow?
I mean, yeah, that puts the heart farther from the legs, and that means that more blood flows to the brain. It's big brain time, y'all.
big brain moments.
Oh,
bad
bad
boulder.
boulder RNG, but recovering very, very fast from that. And still getting the great ending to that star too. This is a wild run.
Yeah, 47 pace for sure.
I have not seen very many people even get a sub 40 up time for Tippy. And this man's is going to do it at a very low 39.
Almost sub 39. Ooh.
Oh,
Heisenburger
getting a bonk instead of a grab on Mips there. I thought that was going to work.
Yeah, it looked like he went
That's
through
kind of
Mips.
ridiculous.
He literally went over Mips, like by like a pixel.
The bunny must be in the Matrix or something. I think we
Definitely.
really have to consider the possibility. Alright, black to bounce here. This is a crucial start to Tippy. He's going for the glitchy wall kick, but he's going to pull it off anyway. He
And
has no fear right now.
try.
He's going to
Perfect.
stomp on that last
First try grab too. I mean, for a
Yeah.
for a runner of his level, that grab is not that hard. But for any casual player wondering, grabbing the very base of a pole like that is extremely precise,
That was-
especially
Yeah,
as fast
a
as
one
Dwhatever did it.
frame input there. And also Dwhatever, glitchy wall kick, instant pole grab, instant double jump by running
Yeah.
over the corner. Like I think I saw you like kind of, or heard you like start to say that. That was like a world-class start. And my
Yeah.
favorite red coins, let's see what he's got here. Turning around, will he do the instant jump dive? Yes, and he's missed the coin.
Misses the. Oh no, man!
Not too bad, but yeah, I wanted to get hyped.
I'm not even exactly sure how that works. I heard somewhere that you need like a late frame wall kick for that to like grab that red coin, or you need a wall kick like very low on the wall.
You don't need a late frame wall kick, but every frame later you do, it's a tiny bit lower. So like a fourth or fifth frame wall kick gives you a much wider window to grab it. But I think you still can with a second or at least a third frame.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was talking to Bad Jonas.
The squad out here. There's also gonna be an SM64 like quiz on Sunday, hosted by Drogi and Tabaskov, 2 GSA runners. So that'll be fun.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I've already signed up a long time ago. I popped in Taba's stream today, and he was like, "Electric, you should sign up for that quiz." And I was like, "I already did."
Dude, your Panicoic studies are gonna pay off, I swear. Sick.
Probably. Let's hope.
Alright,
Up
do whatever
late night.
triangle. Oh no, this is Breeze. He already did
Ooh.
triangles. Okay.
Oh, and
Okay.
he's
So
going
do
for
whatever
a really
completely
interesting
fucking-
setup for Breeze.
Ooh, let's
Oh,
grab.
that just. What
Oh.
a backup there.
That was a backup.
nice.
That's a lot of just positional awareness and understanding of what to do in each situation. Like he didn't stop. Even when he missed the wall kick in reds, he just stopped and did it again, got it right. And now like he's just seems unstoppable. He's in TikTok clock, still 47 pace. I hope this goes well because he's really good at TBC 100. But this is one star that can choose to end your day if it really does want to. Oh no! Oh my god, I know this is pre-recorded, but that hurts so much to see. I just cursed. Oh wow.
TGC takes no prisoners.
Oh no.
I want to cry in a corner now.
As Punkcake can attest, nobody is safe from getting TikTok.
Nobody's safe. Not even Dwhatever.
The triple jump is good though on this attempt.
That's just so hard because you press A twice to do the 2 wall kicks, but since you press it quickly, if you do the first press early, you'll still get the 1 wall kick, but not the second. Heisenburger dying in a on his first attempt. So yeah, it's like a very easy way to die.
Dwhatever, an early dive there. The Rage Mario cams.
At least it's not a rage buzz.
Yup.
That's true.
It's what I've been
They're learning.
advocating for. You know, Rage Mario Cam, it's inconvenient for you, but it doesn't lose you time inherently.
Yeah, we should be banned.
At Saxo's expense, when he fell all the way from the top of Sky, that was a legendary bonk in Rage Mario Cam. He just fell like 5 separate times, and then died tragically.
Tragic.
Oh, another missed wall kick. I think Heisenburger said he really does not like this wall kick at the beginning of Rainbow Ride. I don't know what it is. It's just a weirdly difficult situation for him personally.
I feel like it has somewhat to do with the. I love this game. I think it's nearly perfect, but one of the few ways that it's not perfect is depth perception is a problem.
Yeah.
And I halfway feel like that might be what's happening with Heisenburger in this case.
And I would say one of the other things is like wall kicking surfaces, because like that's spinning, and like if the corner passes you as you're doing the wall kick, you'll just fall and die. So you don't actually have all 5 frames usually to do it. You have like 3.
Yeah.
Alright, Tricky Triangle's wall kick. He got the hard one at least. That one's more difficult since you kind of have to do it blind. Oh, missing there as well on the triangles.
He does manage to get a pretty nice backup. Doesn't have to re-hit the switch or anything drastic like that. Dwhatever, just a few more stars left in TTC. The 47 Dream is unfortunately dead, looks like.
Okay. I love how Dwhatever does the star. He does this side flip too, yeah.
And then the double jump there instead of the second side flip. That's a very precise strap. It does save a little bit of time.
Ooh, wrong wall.
Unfortunately, wall kicks off. Yep. Wrong wall.
Heisenburger finally come up to TikTok clock here. I would say this is looking like a 51 pace kind of run. So lots of point potential for Dwhatever here. And not even like the worst one of Heisen's life. I know he's had some deaths in Rainbow Ride, but that's just kind of what Tippy does.
Tippy taketh.
Yep.
It doesn't even giveth. It just taketh.
It just taketh. That's all
Tippy's
it does.
judgment cometh always.
Tippy is the cruelest mistress. It doesn't even give you any pleasure. It just takes away.
Another missed side flip.
Very nice recovery, though. That could have gone way, way worse.
Yeah, definitely. He could have just, like, kept holding the same direction and just, like, fall off.
Nice Toad to Bits movement for Dwhatever. He's entering Sky at like a 47, 38, 39. World record, if you don't know, is 47.23. So this is a low 48 pace run for Dwhatever.
Shout out to Puncation and his fabulous hair. Just gotta throw it out there.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Very, very nice movement on that platform there. Let's see what type of movement he goes for on these wood blocks. Looks like he's setting up for moving left side. Nope, standing left.
Kind of interesting. It looked like he was setting up for moving right and then decided to take it easy, but it's not looking so easy on...
Gotta say, though, despite that being third try, those 2 backups were really, really nice. Those backups, in order to not lose upwards of 20 seconds, are very difficult.
Yeah, sometimes it really depends like where you hit the wall. You can either land right back where you started, which is fine, or you can fall down and possibly die. It's really a couple pixels between bad and horrible.
Missing the first throw.
Mirroring his PB. Unfortunately, missed throw.
Maybe we're getting a little bit too much Mario Cam action.
It's a little bit dizzying. Do y'all have the airline bags around?
Another
Oh,
missed
another
throw.
Takes the deep sea up. Very, very rare rage button press.
I like that one. That looks like therapeutic almost.
Yeah, it's like he's like
It's like
looking at
take
the
a deep
sky.
breath.
Straight
Alright,
on
he's hit
throw.
1. That's
Two.
2. What comes after 2?
I
Three.
think 3? There's
thanks.
2 of them in my name. I think that's it.
That's a hit.
You're right. You're right. All right,
And
nice
there we go.
43.
Oh,
Did Heisenburger
48.
attempt moving reds, or did he just miss a triple jump wall kick? I think he just missed a triple jump wall kick.
yeah, I think he
I think so too. Yeah.
butt slide.
I think he actually he entered clock on chaos clock.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did.
a little
You're
bit
right.
too soon.
Random clock. Or
48,
chaos. I like
46.
chaos clock better actually. That's a good name.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Thank you. I feel like
Solid.
someone else had to have said it first, but I also feel like I came up with it, so I don't even know. Use it if you
It
want.
could be both. You can still come up with something that someone else has come up with before. Well, I think
True.
it's appropriate to coin the term yourself. So I.
And I mean, it
endorse
is
chaos
very
clock.
chaotic. You don't know when anything is going to happen. Just like you never know when a 48 is going to pop up in a race, but Dwhatever throwing out a 48-46. Very, very solid run. Unfortunate stuff in Tippy, but I
Yeah,
mean,
this is a 48-46 with the death on TTC 100 and 2 missed throws. So there you go.
A lot of time loss in Tippy. Oh, oh, okay.
he's able to get a hand, barely long jumping off that hand.
That was pretty nuts.
At least he got the
There's a backup.
star.
One more star left, and he'll be heading into bits himself. Think still well within that 5-minute range to still get some points, but it does look like Dwhatever is just going to further solidify, if not enhance, that 4th place spot, maybe even get into 3rd with this win.
Yeah, we have. Wait, has Spunky played his 5th match at Gino? I probably shouldn't be asking. I should just look it up.
I think that the
Yeah.
league standings we had earlier showed that he had, but I'm not entirely sure.
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this should put him up in 2nd place for right now, and then, you know, when Cheese versus Ouija happens, that'll kind of round out the top 4, which will be cool.
That'll be crazy. That'll be a crazy match.
Nice toad to bits for Heisenburger. That's a just kind of annoying triple jump dive in Mario Kart. This is still a mid 52 kind of pacer, so kind of in the 3-minute something deficit. But that
Not
is still
too
a
bad,
few
especially
points.
considering the PB difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the same for all leagues. There's like usually kind of like an elite circle of like maybe like 3 or 4 people who are like very favored against anyone who's not in that group. So you just kind of have to do what you can.
Standing left side.
And he gets it first try, unlike Dwhatever. That's a big plus. Oh, manages to stay on the elevator despite missing that quick jump to get on the upper set.
Yeah, that's some quick thinking from Ryzen.
Goes ahead and dispatches the Danger Goomba despite being nowhere near him.
I just gotta throw Rainbow Bowser into these bombs 3 times and it's over.
Rainbow Bowser is a very accurate term. Like I know that they just colored him this way so that the lighting makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like from the iconic So Long King Bowser. Or however he says it.
Well,
Apparently it's supposed to be So Long Kinga Bowser, but that's
Really?
that's not right.
I thought he was just saying so long gay Bowser, like
So Long A Bowser, that kind of
so long or so long a, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the G like kind of carries over them. I mean, the whole game fits into 8 megabytes. They didn't really have a whole lot of space for voices.
That's true.
Which, yeah, if you didn't know, this whole game is 8 megabytes. This
8
beautiful
megabytes.
masterpiece of a video game is smaller than most iPhone apps today. Think about that. Your
That
stupid
is pretty
Fitbit
nuts.
app is probably larger than this. Heisenburger
Dude.
with the almost frame walking
Did
appearance.
did that cost him a point? That almost cost him a point.
Yeah, I think it may have.
It might have cost him a point.
Apparently, it
didn't.
didn't.
Was borderline. Yeah, it for sure was.
Well, what a race, and especially what a performance from Dwhatever. 48-46 in our race. I mean, that's an insane time.
Mhm.
GG's to both of these runners for just a wild performance here today. Especially to Heisenberger for really holding his own. I mean, against an opponent that pulled forth such a dominant showing like Dwhatever. This was a really, really great race.
Yeah, GG's to both runners.
This is huge for like implication of the standings. I think Dwhatever, is kind of getting back to his peak. He was on a bit of a break, and also this is kind of just to show what he's capable of. Maybe not throughout Tippy, but the rest of the run, definitely. Like upstairs was amazing. Like from Wet Dry World through HMC was like pretty much perfect. I think I can't think of anything that even happened.
I mean, 1 second off the best Wet Dry World is, I'd say that's pretty decent.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was like half a second off the best. It was like a super low 326.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, that was a ridiculous run. I mean, being on race record pace all the way until TTC was that's an achievement in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that will be it for the races for today live. Although we do have, of course, 24/7 speedrunning content, so stick around. We've got some more races, although they were, of course, either previously broadcasted or even just showcase runs from various world record holders. But still extremely entertaining content. Thanks so much to everyone who watched. I mean, the viewers are what keeps this stream alive. So thank you so much for stopping by. And we love having you every single race, no matter what game it is. We hope to see you around tomorrow for some Mario Maker 2 action. But for now, I'm Electric, joined in the booth by Padronis. Thank you so much. And Psionic, if y'all want to say anything.
Yeah, it was a
I
pleasure.
think that was very well said. Couldn't have said it any better. Thank you very much.
I agree.
Well,